Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Women Speaking. My name is Nancy Caroline Ayot. In today's show, we're talking about the women's perspective on Kampala Mayoral Race and the selection of NUP flag bearers. Here today, we are going to look at the mobilization and tokenism, especially around political party flag selections that are being rumored about. We are also going to talk about the charge race for the seat of Kampala Mayor. In this, we have two major opposition contesting figures. In this show, I'm bringing you a panel of esteemed women to talk about these issues, ones that also represent different categories of people who are interested in this same topic. I'll start introducing my panelists from my extreme left coming in. We have Ms. Kamayangi, Gloria. She's the director of the Kamayangi Gloria Foundation, but also a former contestant in Mushenyi district. Ntungamo district. Well, forgive. Yes. Yes, she's a former. And then we have Dr. Nalukwago, Judith. Judith is an LC5 woman councillor of Makindye and also a member of the National Unity Platform. Welcome to the show, Judith.
Thank you.
And then we have Atim Caroline. She's a delegate of the 8th Youth Parliament. Caroline, welcome to the show for the first time. How do you feel? Okay, thank you so much. And then, of course, we have Honorable Miriam Matembe. She's a city. She's a suspect. She's. I've not forgotten. She's a senior citizen. Honorable is a senior citizen and a child of God. Thank you for coming to the show, Honorable.
Thank you. I'm trying. Persevering.
We are glad you're in good health.
Yeah, the road is working.
Yes. So to kickstart the conversation, of course, I'm going to start with Judith. Judith, the NUP, after the 2021 elections, had issues, not issues, should I say, there were complaints that the flag bearer, that the people they gave their flags to and the representatives in Parliament were not legislative material. Fast forward to 2025 now, you're doing a selection. And I would like to know, how do you respond to the conversation that the selection process being carried out in your party is exclusive, is not considerate of all persons that want to partake of the flag, but is also giving tokens to individuals who want to take a position and are close to the administration in the party?
Thank you very much for the introduction and for the topic that we are going to discuss today. I am happy to be here and part of the panel. And I am happy to represent my party, National Unity Platform, and also to represent very many young people and women out there. So when we get on such platforms, personally, I'm very excited to discuss issues of national importance, because National Unity Platform is a party that uses taxpayers' money, so we have to discuss it. And I am happy to be a member and to discuss such a topic. So in 2021, I was a young person in the party. I did not vie for any position, but I had big interest. I remember that time I was a vice guild president at Makerere University.
Yes.
But at the same time, I helped the party coordinate youth structures here in Kampala, here and there. Because I wanted to learn what happens in political parties. It was my first political party. So I was like, you know what, this time I'm not standing, let me understand what happens inside there. And I did my job diligently. So 2021, the party had challenges. It was a new party, it had just been formed. It was formed around June, and at the same time you have to select flag bearers in the election that is supposed to happen in a month, nomination that's supposed to happen in a month's time or 2 months' time.
Yes.
So the challenges were immense, but they tried their best. So even I don't believe that all the candidates that were given the flag were legislative material.
Yes.
But it's because of the situation we're in. And I think almost everyone in the country understood that situation. Come 2025, of course, we have prepared ourselves. We were expecting better. So we had a process. We have challenges with the process. all of us in the party do not agree with the vetting process or to go on the way we are going on. We prefer primaries, but we all know the constitution we are using at the moment is the 2004 constitution. We call it the Chibalama constitution in our party. So we have had challenges with that constitution in that we've made amendments in it. We've submitted them to the Electoral Commission. In the amendments, we chose a way, we wrote in the amendments the way we are supposed to select our flag bearers, and that is primaries. There are so many advantages of primaries, that's why we need them. They give you national coverage. That is why NRM enjoys the national coverage. But of course, they didn't allow us, our constitution, to go through because of some of those issues. They want to enjoy the national coverage alone. We want to have primaries. We are pushing for primaries because that's what best serves our party.
Yes.
But the challenges of the constitution, that is number one. Then we also have other challenges, but I feel like if we have the primaries, we can navigate them. Challenges of money. Imagine if we are to spend around 500,000 per village to hold primaries. If you multiply by a number of villages, which is like 70,000 in the country, you're estimating the money to be around 26 billion. So when you look at the financial resource of NUP, which is from Ayot, even in the 5 years, we don't get 26 billion. So you can imagine the challenge of the primaries, even when we go to the financial aspect. Also, the other challenge of the primaries is the situation, the context we are working in. Honorable Matembe will tell you, at least she's a senior citizen, she knows what is happening in this country. In that, there are a lot of challenges of infiltration. That is why many parties don't hold primaries, not any NUP. Many don't hold primaries. The challenge of infiltration. You know, we are working in a country, these days, Museveni no longer recruits to the NRMs. Like, NRM is full. Now they plant into other political parties. You saw what Anita Mo was doing in FDC, and she caused disintegration of FDC. You saw there are so many other characters whom I may not mention here, that NRM is no longer recruiting into its party. It's now planting agents. So you have to be creative in the environment you're working in. But of course, we've used that process. It's a mixture of the two. There is a vetting process, and then there is the groundwork assessment, which is 60%. Of course, we announced to the people of Uganda how it's going to operate, using social media, using newspapers. We announced to the people, and many of them applied, knowing how the process is going to operate. We do not believe that there are no challenges in this process. Like any other process, any other community that has more than 1 or 2 people, there has to be challenges. That's 100% true. And in a process of giving candidates, even in the primaries of NRM that we aspire to have, there are challenges, people petition. Now imagine our process, you understand? So we expect that people will be aggrieved. It's a normal process. People will be aggrieved. But the question is, how do we handle the process of when people are aggrieved, how do you handle? Personally, I support Arsenal. It's my Premier League team. We have lost for the past 2 consecutive Premier Leagues. We are number 2. Do you know what it feels? But when you're vying for a flag, you're 10 candidates for one position. And we have had a challenge is that, you remember in this election cycle, they have merged election areas. So you can imagine, let me give an example. In my area where I come from, in Lukuli, we had 4 direct councillors and 2 women councillors. But now it's been merged to 1-1. And all the councillors were NUP. So you can imagine all those councillors are telling you, I'm an incumbent, I deserve a party ticket. Do you think they're going to be hurt when they don't get? It's only 2 out of the 6 who can get the party flag. So I hope now you can see where the challenges as the parties having are coming from. So, like I said, when it's a competition, like what I refer to Premier League is, Arsenal is a very good team. But there are some times where, in that crucial match, where Arsenal needs to show its greatness, and Arsenal that doesn't come out, that is where Liverpool win that Premier League trophy. It is the same with politics. In competition, you are all, it doesn't mean that those who didn't get the party flag are not good candidates. They're absolutely good candidates. But probably there's just one thing that person beat you at. Just one thing like this. That doesn't make you a bad leader.
Allow me to ask. So
Yes.
How is the NUP going to address the Premier League question? This is a big race, this is a big game, like you refer to it. How are you going to address issues like that? Because as far as I know, for example, in Chira, they said that some of the flag bearers, the former NUP supporters, are moving to the newly formed PFF. How are you people planning to maintain membership with such grievances flying left and center.
Yes, like I told you, grievances are expected, but as a party we have set up a conflict resolution committee to call upon, because we need them.
Yes.
It's not that we don't need those people in our party. We need them. Even when they're aggrieved, we have to listen to them. We are setting up a conflict resolution committee to call upon all those who didn't get flags in their different areas. So that, one, we can listen to them. What are their grievances? Because as a party, we aspire to be better than what we are right now.
Yes.
We are building for generations. So we have to listen to them. What are their grievances? Can we work on them? What is the way forward? That is what we are planning as a party. But you shouldn't forget that there are people who came to the party to get positions, and if when they get them, they decided to disperse. And there are going to be a problem in the parties that they have gone to. So we should not forget that if you're denied a party ticket, does that mean that you should go away from the party? You've seen many of them have become only active during this election cycle. When you look at their track record, they have not been active. And most importantly, we in the opposition, this is a revolution to change our country. It's not a revolution for positions. So you not getting a position doesn't determine. A good leader is not determined by a position. It's determined by the things you do as an individual. So if you get out of NUP because you haven't gotten a position, you're not a leader. You're something else. You are looking for a job. I know very many Ugandans are looking for a job in political parties. So that is the challenge.
Honorable wants to ask you something real quick.
I love what you are saying, and you are really now my daughter.
Wonderful.
Like you have read my mind about these people who don't go through and then they go for independence. You are just saying what I would have said. But one thing I'm asking, this rumor, once you reach here, you can destroy rumor if it is true. Because some people are saying that, I want to know how trustworthy and how the extent of what integrity does your
EMC.
There is conflicts resolution
The commission.
EMC, Election Management Committee.
the electoral one, the one which elects. Because people call me, they tell me things. They say that you said that NRM is not now recruiting, it is
infiltrating.
Exactly.
They've been telling me, you know what, these people with big money, the big ones, that they are buying, they are paying,
buying the flag.
They are paying that electoral commission
To get a flag.
to give the people whom they would want, and those people are like NRM leaning. Have you heard about that? And you could explain to people so that you destroy it for the good of your party or whatever.
Yeah, most importantly is I've had people say that. Personally, I've had people say that. But when you ask them, I even have close people who have said that. When you ask them, okay, you've said that and it's happening, please help the party to identify those individuals. But you don't want to come out. You don't even have evidence. So how am I supposed to deal with something as a party when there is no evidence to what you're saying? So how am I supposed to deal with hearsay? Even when we want to deal with a hearsay, because of course there is no smoke without fire. You understand? So for us as NUP, we take that allegation seriously. We are not going to leave it because people have no evidence and we are doing our investigations internally. But you individuals who are saying you paid money to get a party ticket, please help us identify those individuals. Don't just say, I paid an individual. How am I going to investigate when you've not mentioned that individual? And another thing is, we are fighting corruption and bribery in the country. Why are you paying to get a party ticket? Why are you paying? That means you're part of the problem.
It is not the candidates who are paying.
The ones who paid and then these ones didn't
They
get.
pay your commission, which is choosing, and it is you. Like me, I come and say, you take it this man and choose my God.
My God.
Something like that. That's what they are saying.
So for me, for that I would say that let these people help us. Like I said, we are serious about the allegations because that's not a good allegation to the party. We are serious about it and we are making internal investigations. But these people, instead of running to other political parties, come and help us identify these individuals who want to be better for Ugandans. And we want to make better for Ugandans. So we can only do it right if you help us identify these individuals.
Okay, thank you so much. I will have to give my other panelists speaking time because listening to you is very addictive and we are glad you came to the show. So we go back to Kampala, yes, to the mayoral race. And for this one, I'm going to get each of your opinions about what you think of the race. Right now, the Honorable Balimwezo from Nakawa is coming. He's coming on the NUP ticket to challenge Arias Lukwago. But we also have an NRM candidate on the side.
Moses
Chizito, who is coming, and the NRM is celebrating. They are saying that the opposition is fighting each other, and now it will be easier for them to win the capital city. So in 1 minute for each of my panelists, I will skip you, Judith, but we will come back to you later. But let me start with Gloria, and then I'll come to you, Caroline, and then we'll come to me.
Thank you, Judith, and good afternoon, viewers. My name is Gloria Kamayangi. I'm a contestant in Ntungamo district woman MP race. I didn't go through.
Oh, you didn't get the flag?
I didn't get the flag because, you know, our primary elections were marred by very serious irregularities. But we go on.
Who got it? I don't know.
You will get to know this person. She's a young lady, but people voted her according to what she had. Yeah, thank you so much. The politics of Kampala are quite interesting. I look at the contestants in the race. I look at the brains, the experience, the exposure that those people have. Honorable Arias Lukwago, Honorable Balimwezo. I don't know whether Kasozi is still there. And then the NRM Chizito. He's not a well-known person to me. Honorable Nabila Nagai Sempala, and then Beatrice Mao. Now, for me, I just look at the two giants in the race. The rest, the rest in Ibanyankoe, they say, "Ngutar homu goratine mushende chereza." So the rest are just escorting the others to go to the poll. But what I'm realizing here is that these two giants are going to fight, and depending on the intensity of their fight, it will give the NRM a big chance to win. But also when you look at the NRM candidate, how did he get the flag? He also stole it from someone else. And there was also that division that is visible between the one who had gotten a flag for a short while, then this one came and claimed it, and it was also taken. So they are also divided in a way.
For clarity,
yes.
Did he take away the flag from Ragadi?
No, it was not Ragadi, it was another person.
Oh, it was another person?
Yes.
Okay.
So that divisionism will not also leave the NRM, the shrinking NRM anyway, in the city. So we have seen Honorable Lukwago has been there for 3 consecutive times. Then the other one is coming as a new person, but from Parliament. So what gives me hope in Kampala is that these people in Kampala, they just look at people, they judge them, and they vote accordingly. They are not like our voters in the village who vote by what they are given in the pocket. Just small pocket change, and they get small money and they vote. So their fight may not leave the opposition united for a common cause. And as NRM, much as I don't know Chizito, but if he wins, I will be happy because Kampala will be taken by my party.
You don't care whether anybody does.
Now,
Honorable. You mean you don't care whether who takes over is anything or whatever, as long as it is your party?
Honorable, I'm about to get what this one has for Kampala, and also learn how he has been performing, where is he, where he's coming from, what he does and what he has for Kampala. I have not even heard about him. Like we've heard about Barimwezo, about Elias Nalukwago. I've unfortunately not heard about him. But what we need in Kampala is a leader who can clean up this Kampala. Is a leader who ensures that Kampala is good for everyone, whether in opposition or not in opposition. What we want is a clean city, a good city with security, with the good good roads, with everything that is very good for our city. Thank you.
I'll come up with a follow-up question later. For now, I want to bring you, Caroline, to the conversation. When some of the candidates go to get nominations at the Electoral Commission, particularly Honorable Nalukwago, we had a lot of youth mobilized. And I would like you to talk about the place of young people in such elections, especially one as charged as the mayoral election. I know that many of these people will end up caught in the violence that usually happens. The other day when Honorable Nalukwago was getting nominations, the roads were blocked in Ntinda here. The roads were blocked, and there were live bullets to disperse people. Yes, and among the biggest population, of course, were young people caught in the scene. So what, as a young person and as a youth leader, how do you interpret the dynamics of elections and youth?
Well, thank you so much.
She's a delegate. You're a small boy. Yeah, she needs to tell the public.
Of course, I'll tell you all I know and what I can. Thank you so much for having given me this opportunity. Well, because it's my first time, I hope I give to the best. So regarding that issue, me being a youth and being the biggest population, it really matters a lot. And our voices really matters a lot. So for the previous scenario that happened, we could phrase it as these leaders here having the capacity to be able to blackmail the youths, me say with the pocket change. Because I don't believe all those people came in because he has it. He has the ability, capacity, and...
Which party?
Oh.
But you know, they allow her to introduce us. You think the public, you didn't introduce people in detail. And people like young people like this, the people listening to us will need to know.
Honorable, please allow her. And okay, how about we start from the top? Because Honorable Nalukwago has been a mayor in Kampala for 3 consecutive terms. That means he has a big population of supporters. So would you contribute the presence of young people following him to only pocket change, for example, but also maybe you can introduce yourself fully, your position in how with the National Youth Parliament and also your agency, the organization you serve with?
So, well, basically about myself, I'm a delegate from the 8th National Youth Parliament. Party-wise,
And you're a student?
I'm still thinking, but I'm a student at Makerere University Business School, and I'm pursuing Bachelor of Commerce in my 3rd year. So basically on that topic, yes, Honorable Nalukwago has been the mayor for the past 3 terms. If we are to face, to compare his achievements, first of all, regarding with the other candidate, with the power they have, I feel Honorable Ronald is strong, yes, but we haven't yet witnessed his capacity to do the work that Honorable has been doing for the past years. Yes, for the aspect of me saying the youths coming in for pocket change, and yes, you know, the youths nowadays, anything little is okay to cover them up.
And you know what happened in Kololo with the youth? It actually gave a chance to the ruling party to look at the youth as if they are not serious. So we are actually giving the president more and more years to lead us. Exactly. Because as youth, we are not actually prepared.
All they do
by the indicators that were visible in Kololo.
A lot happened on that day because of money issues and position-wise. The youths are not really
But we are
using.
saying you certainly, or everybody is bold. Why do you say? I'm sorry to intervene.
Okay.
I was not there anyway. To be honest, I never saw anything in Kororo. I had gone for rest in case I go crazy.
You were
So when
actually
you-
very lucky that you didn't follow. Otherwise, you were going to be disgusted as a senior
Me, I
citizen.
was
My-
affected
my-
and I was annoyed because I worked there and they blocked all the roads.
Okay, so I allow Caroline finish. What is your perspective of this election? What do you think about everything that's happening in Kampala?
Kampala is our capital city, and we really need someone who can rephrase it, reshape it, and redirect it to a better way out. Okay, Honorable has been in power, and yes, he must have been doing something. But I feel, as personally, on a personal view, I feel like a lot is still lacking within our own city. If you're to move on the streets
Is it
of-
for his own making or?
Allow her, please. Let's allow her.
I'll give it a chance. On a personal basis, I feel like a lot is still lacking in, because if you're to really move into the streets of Kampala, we are still lacking hygiene-wise. And whose responsibility is it? It's for the mayor, right?
And other stakeholders.
Okay, and the responsible stakeholders. The infrastructure itself, the buildings are really not into it. So I just, as a youth, my voice and concern will be like, yes, however much many youths are behind him, but they should also take into consideration to research more about the person they are really backing up. We need somebody who can stand it up for us.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. I'll invite Honorable now to give her perspective on the politics of Kampala.
For me, as I told you, during these primaries, I was nowhere to be seen or to watch out this nonsense. But for that evening,
Honorable,
and I switched it off
if you were
because
not ordered, I was going to put you to order, but proceed.
for the language of nonsense. I mean, I speak my mind. For you, you say, sure, what happened? You just say that nonsense, which I saw. What's wrong with that? I don't miss my words. But what I saw, in fact, when Nalukwago was being nominated, when I had reached home, I saw my husband had put on the news, my Masengage, and what we were saying, firefight, and I said, what is this? then Nalukwago was saying, I will come. What kind of? Then a visitor came and said, switch off. We went into dark and I did follow the rest. But what I want to say is that I as a person, I was very, very disappointed because, as you know, very, very clearly, me, I don't support the current government. And I have been urging for the opposition's inabilities because they have not been given the conducive environment to build opposition. Me, I had expected when President Museveni came and we embraced everything, coming where I was coming from, I had expected an establishment of a good democratic dispensation in this country, multi-party democracy, where there is government in action and government in waiting. That's what we call the good multi-party political system, which when you are here, it's like when you are playing football, like those people play football. You win, you go there to win or to lose. And when you lose, you don't hate the one you played with. Next time you are there playing again. So in democratic governance, there is a government in waiting, that opposition which has not won. It is a government in waiting. And its role is to, like, oversight, to see whether this government is doing the right thing, In case he doesn't, it keeps criticizing. Next time we go there, we do better. But as you know, in Uganda, you are either in the government or you are an enemy, which is very, very bad, which is the cause why our party politics, the opposition parties are not built well. I've been defending them, but now, when I saw this Nalukwago coming on board with Barumwezi, I was extremely disappointed. Because I have been seeing Barumwezo on, and I was saying, but surely, has Barumwezo started with Nalukwago so that they agree? And even my driver has been saying, no, now that Barumwezo is there, I don't see Nalukwago coming to compete with Barumwezo. You know, that's what we've been imagining. Because I'm talking of Barumwezo, because I know Barumwezo, I didn't know him, but because he was now a councillor in Kampala, in Nakawa, and he did great work, and eventually when he went to contest for
Mayor Nakawa
for parliament, you remember he defeated the Ruhindi. Now, and in fact, as soon as he left and opted for mayorship, Ruhindi went back on to his constituency. You know, distinguished to Ruhindi. He came back. I don't know whether he got a flag. I don't follow anything. I don't mind. Because I am not interested in all these things, because I know they are not producing anything good for this country as far as I know. They are not. So I'm not wasting my time in them. But when Barumwezo came long ago to offer himself, he wants to try to see whether he can make a difference in this city. And this is no self, you know, somebody who is committed and determined and driven by service to the people, as far as I know him. So when he came, I said, oh, we can have another mayor, Barumwezo could do something for us. And I didn't expect, I was thinking that Nalukwago maybe is resting, or he's going to be the president for the new party which they have formed, because if their leader is still in prison. So now, when I looked at the screen and I saw Nalukwago saying, I am coming, I said, shut off the screen, because I was extremely disappointed. Because, and the other previously, I had seen Mrs. Mao, Mrs. Mao also offered as a candidate, money for what, DP. Now how can Mrs. Mao, DP, and I don't know what party Mao is Mao is the leader of DP. He's going to get the flag bearer for DP while he's married to Museveni. I mean, how can you have this? I mean, when I say this is a joke, this is a nonsense, this is what people say about Miriam Matembe. But outside on the street, everybody says, great woman, you say it. Because they want to say it, they feel that is the truth, but they have no power or authority to say that.
Sure.
But for sure, now with this party politics, and they want to tell lies, maybe I'm going to stop even believing their lies. What they say, they are turning into lies, because they will say that NRM is buying them to, to contest so that they defeat opposition. If you love your party, or you know that in opposition, all of you in opposition can unite on one seat on Kampala to be able to serve Kampala people, why should you make sure that everybody puts somebody? And then in the end, the NRM, even if it gets 10%, it wins. Because for you, you will have shared all that percent. I want to tell the opposition people listening to me, if you don't want to be a government in waiting, just shut down. Shut down and stop looking for for votes, because you are disgusting us. I used to plead for you, but on this one, like that if he's not chosen, you run independent. What do you mean?
PPF.
What do you mean? The PPF.
PFF.
PFF.
PFF, they are also running independent.
No, they are moving from NUP to PFF.
So that they can get flags and run.
But so that's why me I asked. That's why I was asking this young good lady. Eventually she spoke so well. I was asking her, what is driving you into politics? Because you must be something which is driving you. And leadership is about service. It is about service, serve God and his people. But if they don't choose me, I say, well, then the calling is not there for now. I may want that I want to go. But if I'm not chosen, I say, oh, I'm not yet called. There are times and seasons for everything. But then if you are not chosen, now you run to another party. What is it? Why did you go to the other party and why are you running to this one? Just because you want to go to parliament or to council. To do what? To serve your stomach. So you opposition leaders, please. This time I'm also considering you like every other Ugandan. No defense of you. No more defending. Because
Just spend individuals.
No, defending these things because I must remain myself and leave other people to do their own things. But I'm not defending them. It is a very disappointment. Nalukwago, yes, I always say my Nalukwago, we are together in parliament. I have never opposed him. But this time, I had thought he had, backed off. Yeah. So that also...
Had climbed ladders.
So that also Varmwezo would try to see whether what he's been doing in Kampala as a councillor, then in Kampala as their member, Nakawa as a councillor, and then as their member of parliament, you could enlarge it. That's how I started. I started as LC1, Ruzira, then LC2, Ruzira Parish, then LC3, Vice Chairperson, Nakawa Division, then I went to Kampala District as Secretary for Mass Mobilization, then from there, Parliament from Uganda. From there, Pan-African Parliament. You should always move on. It's like these people who are sticking, dying in one spot. Ugandans.
Maybe I would like to add on what Honorable has said. This is my belief. It doesn't mean it has to apply to everyone. I believe we have very good leaders, and I believe, like she believes, that as an individual, at least 3 terms are good enough for you to do what you're supposed to do. Because when you're coming to aspire, yes, even 2 can be good enough. But for me, I give someone 3 terms. The first term is probably doing some stuff as you're learning. The next term is executing. Then the next term is consolidating what you have executed in the other term. So what do you need the 4th term for? If you have not performed in these 3 terms, are you going to perform in the 4th term? So for me, I don't believe in career members of parliament. 20 years you're in parliament, I don't believe in that. I believe if you're very good as a leader, advance. There are bigger positions. Keep advancing. 2 terms here, advance to the next. 2 or 3 terms here, advance to the next. Create space for other people. When shall we see new ideas? Young people bringing new ideas on board if you do not want to leave that position. But of course, it's a constitutional right for you to stand where you want, and it's you to ask for votes and people vote for you or not vote for you.
Now, you have actually hinted on something that I've been thinking about. Growth, the issue of growth. I have not seen any member of parliament or any person who has been a chairperson of the district or a member of parliament or what coming to pick nomination for presidency. They are all fighting down there, and all the more than 200 people who are picking nomination for president. I'm not seeing any person whom we can say this person is coming from this position and we must also look up to this person. We are actually getting disappointed in some of these members of parliament who do not want to move a step further and advance.
Okay, thank you. I was going to actually ask you then my next question, Gloria. And I want to know, do you believe that the rifts within political parties, but also among different institutions, are the reasons why we have persisting political party challenges and leadership challenges in this country? Do you believe that the weakness of institutions are directly influencing the type of leaders that we produce in this country?
First of all, how are these political parties formed? They are individual political parties. We attribute FDC to Kano Chiza Besiji. We attribute NRM to the president. We attribute NUP to Chagulani. So, if DP to Mao, DP has
no good.
DP is for Mao and he has it in his pocket. So you cannot have any trace of some of these political parties. So me, personally, I love what NUP is doing. Last time when they were selecting flag bearers, they did not have time to sieve through these aspirants. And now, time has come when they have a wide range of contestants, and these people are more experienced, they are educated, and also the uneducated are also there. Like if I can take an example of my young sister, Nalukwago. She's a brain that you can pick on so that you groom, train, and advance for a member of parliament. So now, the selection is a very good idea, especially in a democracy where a political party is still young. If you let this political party, you subject it to primary elections, it means it is going to be infiltrated by other political parties. Like what we normally do, what we normally see. We normally see some opposition people come and register as NRM members. They come and they want to ensure that the weakest candidate is voted and becomes a flag bearer. Now for them, they are waiting for us in the corner. Says, our card is here. The person takes this person in the race and we lose. We don't want to see it here. Me, as an objective person, they are doing their best. Save for the conflicts. Of course, where 2 or 3 people are, you expect conflicts. And there are also some people who are always at conflict with themselves.
That's true.
Yeah, if you can conflict with yourself, what about when you are with the Honorable Matembe, you are with the Dr. Nalukwago, and you know? So what we are going to see is another wave of leaders. I like the kind of leaders these people have selected. Nalukwago, Dr. Nambasa, and these are the brains that I would see if I was not fearing Honorable Miriam Matembe. I would say I would steal them and take them to NRM.
In the multi-party system, you are allowed to. You can convince after the show.
Actually, we shall talk with the Dr. Nalukwago. We shall see whether we shall discuss. And I have all of you. And when you
but
look...
your party doesn't need such kind of people, does it?
It needs them.
What? You're joking.
Actually, is it the reason as to why I lost?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm educated, I've been working for Parliament for the last 13 years. I had offered myself, had sacrificed myself to go and contest and at least do something for my country.
And then, so you don't know, now you know.
But I will discuss with you what happened. I had discussed what happened here. But of course, the riding factor is money. Money has killed all our political institutions. It has killed everything.
It's corruption.
That's like if I was given an opportunity to think for NRM, I would now start these training schools where we can take the young people for mentorship. As of now, the party is just like that. Whoever wakes up in the morning says, I want to contest. And there is no checks and balances. I want to see where 3, 4 people are going to contest. Now the people, the chairpersons of these parties, every district has a chairperson. Say, no, for us, we need this one here. Strategically, we need this person in this position. For you, pull out, and we have this one. We need to have this parliament that is vibrant, that is knowledgeable, that is hands-on. Otherwise, if things remain like this, we shall not see.
Allow me, allow me interject on that issue. So you say we need vibrant people and that people, they should be able to tell other people to pull out. Isn't that another issue of denying people the right to actually choose the leader that they want?
Let me
No,
tell
it's
you.
not.
First, allow her.
It's actually not denying. That is a democratic way of doing things. Because in parties, even in parliament, almost worldwide, in other jurisdictions, parliament works through caucuses. You want something, you first sit aside, discuss about it, then you bring it in parliament. Even in opposition, they have their caucuses outside. They bring their issues in parliament when they have already discussed them. Without caucuses in parliament, you cannot move. You can't say we are going to bring this and it is discussed on the floor of parliament and you expect any results.
Just to add on her, harmonization is very important. By the way, that's harmonization. As a party, you can identify individuals for a particular position and you're like, okay, in all you the 5 who are contesting for this MP seat, this one will serve our interests better in terms of articulation of policy, articulation of and legislation and all that. So you sit the people down. We've done it as NUP. Sit the people down, talk to them. Please, can you withdraw for this one? Maybe we can discuss in this. Maybe for you, you're more suited for local government. It doesn't mean that other people are not good, but in the particular moment, this person is better. But it's not a must that they have to withdraw. It is talking to them so that they can come out of the race and probably take other political positions. For me, I agree with it 100%.
A little bit of diplomacy.
Yeah, correct.
That's why they talk of party primaries. The party is supposed to, you know, if you have a party, you know, in Uganda there is no party. There is no party in the sense of parties which we know in democratic governance. The party is built, it is established, it has staff, it has whatever. It is not the people who nominate or that run the party. So those people who want to contest, by the time they want to contest, they would have done, you know, gained experience and they know what they should be doing, and then the party will have even identified it. I think in that area, that person would be the one to do for us, because they will have been working. You start lower, you work. By the time you go to contest for a position, you've been nurtured, you've been trained, and then they say, okay, there are these, whom do we choose as a party? The primaries, they choose, and whoever is chosen is supposed to be supported by the rest. Now the problem which we see here is we don't have multi-party political system, because once you are in a party, the party has its own disciplines, and you must follow that discipline. If they don't choose you, you support the one they have chosen. But here, because of what we are, if they don't choose me, I run to another party. A second day, I run as independent. For me, in Uganda, I think people do not know independent candidates. That's why they take them and they go there. I'm NRM leaning. I want to say you are stupid. You see, I use these words because they anger me. Because you cannot be a DP NRM leaning. What does leaning mean? You are either in that party or you are not in that party.
You don't have a backbone.
And when you go as independent, I think in this country I'm the only candidate, I think, who really went as independent when NRM, when I disagreed with NRM. I didn't want to abandon the people of Mbarara. I said I will go there and tell them I'm available, I can still serve you as much as I've been serving you, but not in that party. I'm coming as an individual. And since that time, me, I'm an individual. I'm like this. But the others, they go in primary, when they fail, they go as independent, NRM leaning. Leaning, what are you leaning, doing what? That's not correct. And in other countries where there is democratic governance, they dismiss you.
Honorable, let me add. Today I was reading New Vision, and I was looking at the list of all district chairpersons the list of candidates now, the independent candidates are like 90% of all the contestants. Yes, the NRM has a candidate in each district, but each district has more than 2 candidates on independent and others on PFF and NUP. What I have not seen is this one, DF. This one. No, this one.
Democratic Alliance.
Yes, DF. This one of Honorable
Mpuga.
So what does that one show? It shows that there are 2 things. One, it means the internal elections weren't so good. And number 2 is that most of these people who come as independents after losing primaries, they want to be seen by the president. So let me register myself, goes there and as an independent, then the president will call me. And this time I want to...
And pay him some
this time I want to maybe to tell the people, the public, that this time the president, if I am to advise him, I'm not an advisor, but I will advise the president not to go for these independents. Let them continue standing. After all, these independents are also campaigning for the president. So the president's vote is guaranteed, while for these ones, other contestants, it's not guaranteed. They are looking for jobs. You can't even blame them because they are looking for survival. There are 7 ministers who lost. And all of them are saying we want to come back as independents.
Yeah, they are there.
Even a chairperson, one of the chairpersons is a chairperson of NRM in a certain district. I don't know what is going to happen, whether this person is going to relinquish this position as NRM chairperson of the party and then choose to stand as independent. What does this show? It means the party is maybe at crossroads. I don't know what
it shows there is no law governing multi-party political system.
Yes,
there is no law at all.
And again, in a party where we don't even pay any subscription. I'm an NRM person, but I've never paid a single coin to NRM, which means I don't have that NRM at
paid
heart.
our money to build a house which we've never seen. Yeah, we did.
Now, recently, I was seeing there is someone from Civic at Kamu. There's some guy with the dreads. He was doing his bricks. He came with money and he came to NUP and paid a lot of money that I'm also contributing to the building of this party. He's not intending to vie for any position, and
that's the right person.
This person has the party at heart. But for us, maybe in the years to come, we need to rebuild and start making these people pay for subscription. You pay for your party, at least if it was there, if the system was working for us and it was by law, I would have paid myself. And also taking these members through mentorship programs, it's not anywhere to be seen. The person who is coming in the race after the president would maybe pick it from there and will build a strong party like Chama cha Mapinduzi and other parties that are very strong.
I want to ask, what about Chankwanzi? What happens? I thought that was the mentorship program for NRM or the leadership program for NRM, where they go to Chankwanzi when you subscribe to the party for some time.
No, it's for Chankwanzi, if you have been following, it's a retreat. And in a retreat, there is no training. You just come, discuss, after discussing, you go.
And did you know why we put Chankwanzi? It was supposed to be the school for leadership for Ugandans.
Regardless of the party.
Ugandans. It was a leadership institute for Ugandans to be trained in leadership.
And you know what is annoying? Is that when they invite people to go to Chankwanzi, they expect to come back with an envelope.
Of course, they come with them.
Yes. So people say, when are we going to Chankwanzi? Please get for me people to take me to Chankwanzi so that I can earn. They have reduced us to dependents, to beggars of all sorts, and we actually need to wake up and get out of that mess. And if we are to love our party, we love it. And those intimidations, I'm going to join the NUP, you join. After all, even there, when you go there, you'll be a second hand.
Thank you so much. You have something to say?
Yes, I had something to say for both the honorables who have talked in. We're talking about issues, you didn't get the flag and then you declare yourself independent. Then I heard honorable saying in the past years she didn't make it and then she declared herself independent. So what were your intentions for having gone independent?
I did not,
contest.
there were no parties in
parties.
Uganda. We were in the national resistance movement. And I was a member of parliament serving the people of Mbarara. I disagreed with President Museveni on the removal of the presidential term limit, standing for integrity. You may not know me, but I made the constitution of Uganda.
And yet you are the Minister of Integrity.
I told him actually in his face that me, as your Minister for Ethics and Integrity, I want to tell you that manipulating our constitution is a way of corruption. And I'm not going, it is unethical, it is corruption, and I'm not going to support that. And of course, he was very, very angry with me because I talked it publicly.
Should you exit?
Because the
from
next
cabinet.
2 weeks, he said, get out of here. I got out of there and left. But they formed party. They formed, there was now political parties.
That's why now it came in after the whole saga.
After I had left, 2006, by 2006, we're in the national resistance movement. Now, what happened, why you people don't know, the Museveni and his people, for them, they threw us out of our bus. We in the movement, we were in the bus. They threw us out. They took away the bus. They took away the color. They took away the sign. They took away everything and turned the movement into a party, which was actually wrong. And that's why many people think, they say, Matembe, come back. I say, I can't come back. I've never been to National Resistance Movement Party. Now, when they went into their party, and there were DP, UPC, FDC, I didn't go into any party. Although I was one of the founder members of, of FDC, because FDC was formed by the Parliamentarian Association and Reform Agenda. So the Reform Agenda and the Young Parliamentarian Association formed what? The FDC. Actually, when we formed it, I never even registered as a member. They were even calling me to go there and be the woman leader. I said the disappointment I got from mistrust I got from President Museveni, the person I embraced with all my heart and my mind and my everything, with expectations of building a democratic country, I said, I cannot trust anybody else. I only know myself, but I don't want to abandon the people of Mbarara by not contesting. Let me go as an individual. Me, Miriam Matembe, if they elect me, I'll go to Parliament and continue serving them. If you are not in a party, doesn't mean you are not going to speak and serve your nation. So I was going to pursue my purpose, which is to fight for justice, equality, and fairness for all, with particular emphasis on girls and women. And good enough, by God's grace, 20 years down the road, I'm about to knock 20 years next year. I have stuck to serving my purpose. Whether I hold a position or not, I'm still serving.
We shall
Because
throw,
leadership is
we
not
shall
about
throw an anniversary.
position.
Oh, thank you so much for the clarification, Honorable. Now, I will bring you back to the conversation, Caroline.
Yeah.
Listening to this conversation, as a young leader, what lessons do you take from the conversation about the mayoral race, but also the position of young people in politics? What lessons do you draw from this conversation?
Oh, okay, thank you so much. Before I answer that question, I would like to make more clarity on the Leadership Academy. We have all grown up knowing that Changkwanzi was a place where leaders would be trained. But for the years I've been into leadership, there is always this quote that, okay, people quote it as a place where they go and brainwash you. It's a place.
That's it.
Yes, but also, as a person who has heard about the Changkwanzi training, I know that when you go there, you are dressed in a particular military uniform.
Indoctrination, they call it indoctrination.
You go through drills, and so I would...
And only NRM, no
Yes,
other
no
party.
other party.
No other party goes to Changkwanzi.
Changkwanzi.
No other party goes to State House
And
to
Kororo
do
now.
their things.
And Kororo
I think
ceremony
also
grounds.
Kororo, no other party can go to Kororo. So, what do you expect?
No democracy.
Okay, please continue. Sorry for the interruption.
Okay, so it has been made it clear that that place, as long as you're going there, you have to make yourself a yellow person. You show any characteristic that you're off the color, it will not be a good story.
Have
for
you gone there and you
I
are
haven't
stopped?
I haven't gone.
Please go.
Here, say. Let's go to...
Not hearsay, it is a fact. Plus the underground. It is no.
After here, we shall go.
Please proceed.
So regarding on my youth contribution towards this whole political party and what lessons I draw from it, personally, I would say that we should stop the ideology of political parties. We can draw an example from her. She was an individual who was ready to serve her people of Mbarara. You don't need a political party to back you up. But as long as you have your goals, your objectives, and what you really need for your people, you can still stand up and do it. Let your voice not be stopped because you don't have it.
You're limited by political parties.
Exactly. So you can just, as long as you have the capability, air it out. People will always give you the backup as long as they know that you're really the right person for it. So, and then on the issue of the kind of leaders we bring in society, we should also be mindful. We shouldn't bring in leaders, we shouldn't choose in leaders because maybe they're our friends, they're going to give me money at the end of it, they're going to give me the connections.
Even that one, the delegates in Kololo were voting for money. We were disappointed.
I was near school.
But you realize I've been telling you people, Uganda, elections in Uganda are now totally
Monetary.
meaningless. They are meaningless because of the high level morals of decadence, ESCO value degeneration, monetization of the elections, and what is driving the leaders who are going to elections. They are no longer driven by service to the people, but they are driven to get power and use it for their self-aggrandizement. That's it. And I've said it how many times, and I will continue to say it. And anybody who says Matembe is lying, I'm so glad that this time it started in hiding. Now Kororo, everybody is telling me they were even giving $10,000, 50 million, and that kind of thing. And I'm told even in the rural areas to vote these primaries, that somebody, you can imagine how many people are.
As low as 1,000.
For you, yours could be low. I understand where I come from in Kashari, people are not told that down.
Yeah.
They can get 1,000, but I was told that the candidates were giving like 10 million, 50,000, 20, 100. How many, you give it to how many people? Imagine all these villagers, the whole county. How can you be giving 50?
You do it selectively. Like for instance, Ntungamo is a big district. You get where there is a concentration of high population and economically low.
Low.
So you get your 1K, 2K, you have your day.
But how do they know that you have not voted them?
It's by lining up. So whoever is given money, you line up.
You line up.
When you line in someone's line, they come and pull you that you have eaten someone's money. For me,
no, but I wish I could be there. I say, you gave me money, but I want to support this person.
yeah, you
I
see,
wish you could get people
It can
that
turn
feel-
violent.
No.
you see, that's why.
1,000 like this.
Yes.
It
I
can
say,
turn very
I
violent.
will say, yes, you gave me 1,000, but I want to support this person.
You see,
Hey, what makes
that's
it
why
violent?
I am a proponent of a ballot box voting in NRM, because it will actually reduce the use of money in campaigns and in elections. Why? You will give someone money to distribute like a night before. People will come and vote otherwise. When they vote you and you have overspent, the next time someone will spend consciously when he's into the race.
Thank you. And Nalukwago, let her complete her point, then we can go to
What
you.
were we discussing?
We were discussing her lessons and young people.
So I was of the view that we should stop the issue of monetizing the whole politics. From the recent elections, we could talk about Honorable Tanga's son. The saga that happened is because of money. They were.
What happened?
I wasn't there, but of course. the
Honorable
youths who were
Tanga,
there-
Honorable
Doris
Tanga, I have to defend this. Honorable Tanga
She's here to
has
defend.
children. Tanga's children have the rights like you have. Honorable Tanga's boy campaigned, and when you hear from them, he is a sharp guy. Very, very sharp. He articulates issues better than other experienced people. And he moved in this country. He convinced when he reached in Koro and he was voted. People had to criticize this voting because it was being conducted by the father. But all said and done, that Collins did his best, and he's the best. He is one of the young people you can really give credit because of what he stands for.
Honorable Gloria, considering the credibility of the elections that happened in Kololo, but also the credibility of Mr. Tango Doi himself as the Electoral Commission chairperson, I believe that people had the right to question that, but to continue, and maybe you wrap up in a minute.
Okay, so those are some of the sagas we are talking about. We should avoid the whole monetization of the process, and we'll be able to evaluate a very successful person, a person who is worth the position. Yes.
By the way, I want to say, because these people were not
Honorable,
there,
can you keep it
what
for...
I want to say is that when I went into Parliament of Uganda,
Through lining up.
through lining up behind me, when the ESCO values were high,
Yes, the
when
moral
integrity
values,
was there,
ethical.
when so
Yes.
you should take that into account.
Now,
Things have been
Honorable
looted
Matembe, things have dramatically changed. They
Have
have
rotten.
totally changed. First of all, there are no morals even among the voters. They are very chaotic. They are very rude. They can even throw you a word and you can't believe. Some of us who are ladies, someone can tell you anything. You see, this person is young, and you wonder where this person has grown up from. It's terrible.
Okay, Honorable Nalukwago, as you come in with your submission on this same issue, I want you to also to wrap up mostly, to tell us about the politics of popularity vis-a-vis bringing into service, serving people with real governance issues and solving their problems. Because one of the issues that we have in Kampala today is that people say Lukwago has been Nalukwago has been in his seat for a long time and he has failed to lobby constructively with the government. He has failed to agree and also to deliver service to his constituents. So you can give us your your submission.
I think my answer to what I was going to say, what they have said, actually falls into even the question you've asked.
Yes.
I think we are failing to actually bring out the exact problem with our politics in this country. The exact problem is not Nalukwago failing to do what he's supposed to do. Because even when you look at like the powers he has, literally Nalukwago's powers as an executor, he's powerless. When they change,
Ceremony.
yes, he's just a ceremonial person. In that, even when we bring Balimwezo, he's going to try to be creative, but he's going to also face the same hardships like Nalukwago. That one I can promise you. So anyway, moving forward, the problem of Ugandan politics, the problem of Ugandan service delivery is one person, is Museveni. Museveni came with a lot of promises. Museveni came with a vision, and unfortunately the vision is only known to him. These other people
That is
that in
ambition,
NRM, yes.
a personal ambition.
The
These other
vision-
people in
the
NRM
vision
don't know
is
the
there.
vision of
The
NRM.
vision
They don't.
ended.
The vision is with Museveni and him. And his vision is to be the president for life. That is what they do not want to understand. How do you become, however much you do good things, you can never be elected for all your life, times in power. You can't. It's not possible. So for him, he came to frame, how do I stay in power for all these years? How do I create, and some of the methods he has done is create poverty among the people. It is deliberate that Ugandans are poor. It's deliberate that in the next phase of election, Museveni will give out money so that Ugandans can vote for him. Because they are poor. You can imagine, the NDP report says 5.5 million Ugandans between the age of 18 and 30 are seated at home without employment. That is 18 and 30. Now imagine the other population demographics. You can imagine. So if those young people are seated at home with no employment, and this NRM person comes with bags of money, what do you think they are going to do? They're going to fight for that money because they need it. You see, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, in a contest, the Observer reported that in a contest for SEC member, she gave out 300,000 to each person who was a delegate. In a total, it came up to like 7 billion. Let's ask ourselves, 7 billion. What is the salary of the Speaker of Parliament? When you compute it in the 4 years, does she have 7 billion? With the assets she has built over the years, does that money compute to 7 billion? So where did she get that money? So it was created as a political class of people where the ruling class, that is NRM Museveni and his close people, they have a lot of money. We the young people don't have money, so you're going to be bought, you're going to be beaten, you're going to be
our
used.
money, don't say.
Exactly.
Do they sell cows and goats?
Of course not, they don't do. So they are going to use our money that we pay in taxes in order to, one, impoverish us more, and two, to rule over us, which is very unfortunate for us young people, the situation we are dealing with. We are faced with unemployment. People are looking, what hurts me is the Nachivubo channel saga that has just happened. You know there is a young person that was sleeping under that channel. In that when they have closed out that channel, this young person has to sleep in the rain. Do you know that? Do these people know that there are young people who are doing Matembe on that channel? In that now they have closed it, these young people have no food to eat. Like, I don't know where the leadership of this country is going. The problem is not even the opposition. The problem was created by one man. Unless we Ugandans, I am happy that she's speaking some of the problems in her party. Many don't, actually. I am so happy and delighted that she's speaking that we have these challenges. And I'm not saying she should go away from her party. She can stay there, but she should be a voice while there, and I'm happy she's doing that.
Transform it, not
Yes.
for what is going
I
on.
wish that's why I had come.
Museveni is so selfish to the extent that he has not even transformed his party. His party that has been in power for 40 years, they have no party
Shall
headquarters.
mutate.
You can say how selfish
No,
it
the
is.
party is not 40 years. 20.
20 years, yes. 20 years. 20 years. He's such a selfish person that they have no party headquarters. With all the money
Can you
that they
imagine?
get.
And
Can
we
you imagine?
put money when we were in the
Yes, I remember there was a
we
collection of-
collected money to start building our house there where the office
You can
is
imagine how
supposed to be.
Museveni, how selfish he is, that in the 21st century, people are still lining up behind to vote for a person. Can't we transform? By the time he cannot transform his party, Ugandans, can't you see that he cannot transform the country? The man is selfish. There is a saying that I usually, anyway, I will not say it because it will look derogatory on air. I will not use it, but Museveni is a very selfish person. It's high time, because for me, I believe that man is very knowledgeable. if he wanted to work for this country, would be far. But he's not interested. What he's interested in, his life, how does he become a president for life, and his family for the rest of us. We are being used. The Nita Monks who think they're getting power, they're being used. They're in a game. So that is where our problem is. And that is why I don't feel pity for Kadaga. Honestly, I do not. She has done all these things. She knew she was being used. Then why is she crying foul at this moment? So that we do what?
What did she want her to do?
So that we do what? So for me, those people who are being used in NRM, I know their time is going to come and they'll start crying foul. So they better come out. I don't say that they should leave their party. You can stay in your party, but you can challenge. You can challenge what is happening.
When you challenge, they throw you out like they threw her.
Like they threw me away.
Yes.
You know they can't throw out everyone because the party will remain empty. They can't throw out everyone if everyone turned up like, you know what, enough is enough. Let's change this political party. That is why that party cannot live beyond Museveni. Once Museveni dies like
it
this,
is not there. That is the end.
That's the end.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies, for this show. I am not going to ask for your parting shots because in between you have advised the population, you have called upon young people, you have called upon leaders, and I am very grateful for such an amazing show. I would like to thank each of my panelists for showing up and for giving me their best contributions to the show. Right now, some of our takeaways are, do not take the money. Also, where is the money coming from that we're talking about? So we were discussing the Kampala Mayor Race and the NUP party selection, the selection of NUP flag bearers. And I'm grateful that we had many things cleared up. We also had extra contributions on the show, but also that the women have a perspective on what's going on in Kampala. My name is Nancy Caroline Ayot. Thank you for watching Women Speaking.